MVP. So let's see. Here M stands for the model again, view stands for V, and P is the presenter. Okay, so model and view will be the same here also. So let me draw this. Okay, here is my model and here is my presenter. Okay, here it will be my view, my bad, and here will be my presenter. So let's understand like how this is working. So what happens is here, whenever view has any UI activity that is being performed, it tells to the presenter, hey presenter, I have some user activity that is being performed. So I will say here UI activity in short. So here any UI activity that has been performed, presenter will also look over its business logic that are being written in itself. It will check for the business logics of the app. As I told you, it will check what are the validations or when we have to perform the UI updates and all. So presenter will check like if it has to deal it with any models, like with any database, it will go to the model and tell, hey, update yourself. Okay, it will ask the user to or the model to update itself. Here now whatever we saw like in the MVC pattern, we do not, the model talks directly to the view. Here the model will talk back to the presenter only, it will not talk to the view. So here model will update itself and will notify the presenter like I have updated myself. Good. So now the presenter now will tell based upon the values, whatever the model value or whatever the business logic it had, like how the UI will have to behave, like UI will render or whatever actions that you have to perform, it will tell to the view. So here the presenter, one problem of model directly talking to the view is being now solved. But here we have again the problem, like here the presenter also controls the UI updates or the UI handling. UI handling is still being performed by the presenter only, and here again our presenter is been overloaded with work. There is no separation of the layers yet. So we do not have a separation here. This is again a problem for us, but for the small scale apps we can go ahead with this. For the small scale applications, MVP is a good choice. But now you think like how the presenter and view will be talking. So here in the view, we use the delegation patterns. Okay, here we are using the delegation or the delegate approach. What happens here in the view, we make the weak reference of the view. Okay, we make the weak reference of the presenter in the view. So what happens when we make the weak reference of the presenter, so whenever the presenter has to ask the UI to update itself, it will send its delegate functions in the view and we will use them when we have to update the UI. So this is the achievement we have here. So we will be using the weak reference so that there is no during the garbage collection period, so we do not have any memory cycles or the retain cycles. So this helps for this. So let me just show you a quick example of the code. I won't be taking too long. So where we have our presenter code MVC, this is MV, just a second, this is MVC, we have already seen MVC. Let's stop this and let me go back to the code. Here it is, MVP. So as you can see in the MVP pattern, here it is, and you can see this is how the files have been made. Again, the model in the model, and here is the main, our controller, whatever we have, and here is the presenter. So here in the presenter you can see I have made a protocol. In the protocol I am using like UI controller and the user delegate. So we are having a delegation pattern as I told you. So what we will do in this, we, as you can see in this, my presenter is talking to the model, and any changes in the model are being done by the presenter layer only, and the view layer is not talking to it. So as I have made this presenter, as you can see, this is my user delegate that I told you, like when I have to tell my view like I have to update myself, I will be using this update model function that will tell my view, hey, now you can update yourself. So as you can see, whatever like this delegation I have done, and then I have the username. So whenever the user will enter the name, I will update it in the model, and then I will tell my view to update itself with the latest name. So you see like the view is not talking to the model, the presenter is only giving the values to the view of the model. So here in the view you can see like as the save button is pressed, the view will tell the presenter get the username. Okay, now presenter will get the username, and whatever username the presenter will get. So you can see in the delegate method that we have written here, like whatever the text we have, we are just whatever we will be returning from the delegate method. This is the delegation pattern that we follow. It returns the name. So whatever name, you can see we are returning the name here. So whatever name we are getting over here, we are just simply printing that name. So this is how the delegates work. So if you do not have a clear idea like how delegates are working, you might be thinking, hey, here the name has been in the parameter, but how you are getting. So you can just look over like on few of the articles like how delegates work, so you will get a gist of it. So now as you can see in this video, now we have talked about MVP, MVC. So MVP solves one problem, that is like the model is not directly talking to the view. But still one problem that is yet to be handled is this overloading of the presenter. Again, our one layer is been overloaded with two work. What are the two works? That business logic and the UI update are being performed in one layer only. So now in order to get these things done, what we have to go? We have to go ahead with another view, another model that is known as MVVM.